So how do you use your VA loan to build wealth? Awesome question, and I love the question because it is a generational, future-focused question, right? So the VA loan itself is meant for you to buy a primary residence, okay? That does not mean the VA loan does not want you to get wealthy. So house hacking, right? Legal house hacking, because I don't do fraud and you don't either. If I'm young, my first home is gonna be a multi-unit, okay? I am going to buy a property that is gonna pay the mortgage for me. My tenants will pay my mortgage and I will continue earning the appreciation on the property because we get wealthy through two avenues. We get it through cash flow and we get it through appreciation. As a landlord, that's the two most important things in the world, okay? If you already own a home with a VA loan, depending on the loan limits that we're dealing with at this time, because again, loan limits apply when you already a home with a VA loan, we look at what you can do to buy your next house, again, with a VA loan. And again, retaining that other property, converting it to a rental. There's also called a one-time restoration, where what you can do is if you bought a home with a VA loan, and this makes more sense if it was a lower purchase price, refinancing that home to a conventional mortgage. And again, there's a one-time restoration. So if you try to do it multiple times for multiple properties, it's not going to work. But a one-time restoration from your VA loan to conventional or FHA financing, where you're retaining the property. You're not going to sell the property. Once that refinance is complete, we can then apply for that one-time restoration, and then you can buy your next home and convert those to a rental. So you're cash flowing, and you're still building the appreciation off that original investment. Your next home, whether it's a multi-unit or single family, you could be renting or just base your wealth off of the appreciation that you're accumulating. Again, this is 2025. If you want to go look at long-term data, real estate needs to be the biggest asset in your portfolio. Over time, it has outpaced inflation. It is one of the safest bets to bet on during an inflationary period. Just ask anybody who's bought in 20 or 2021 how much money they've made because of inflation in their home value. But again, you're buying again using your VA loan because you can use, and I'm gonna include a snip of a COE that my friend, a certificate of eligibility that my friend Jay pulled recently. There's 4 VA loans on this thing, and they're still qualified, they're still eligible to buy another property. Like, it's crazy what you can do with a VA loan that people don't realize you can do. A few avenues here. You're buying a multi-unit, or you're converting your current home into a rental property, and then you're doing a one-time restoration to free that entitlement up again and buy another property, all right? What happens if you try to do that one-time restoration again, the VA will say, no, you cannot buy again with the VA, refinance that second property to a conventional and get restored again until we see that first home was sold or this second home was sold. They won't allow you to do that multiple times. It's one at a time. So you can do it more than once. You just can't do it while retaining 2 properties that were owned with a VA loan, refinanced to conventional, and now you're trying to apply it 2 times. It's not a 2-time restoration, it's a 1-time restoration. I understand that they can be a bit confusing because even in explaining it, I know the words that are in my head, but it's really hard to show that without, maybe some paperwork. But either way, you're using your VA loan to build wealth through cash flow, build wealth through appreciation. And again, these are generational assets. Real estate has been the greatest pillar of wealth accumulation over time historically. We had an incident in 2008 that some people have recency bias against. That is not the norm. If you have questions, if you want to start building wealth through using your VA loan, call me, text me, 630-235-2405. If you're in Alaska, Vermont, Delaware, Rhode Island, or New York, and I can't help you with your VA loan yet, I will get you in touch with somebody who can. Email me at info@thevaloannerd.com, leave me a comment. Let's talk about what we can do. Let's talk about some great avenues to financial freedom. That's the goal, right? Take it easy.